This episode is brought to you by My Cold! On this channel, we usually give you a healthy dose of Swinglish.
Ja, svengelska!
But today, just for today, on this review, we'll give you both the Swinglish,
Jag tror det är något fel på computern.
and My Cold. So, if you find my voice more nasally, more muffled than usual, that is My Cold. I do apologize in advance.
Hej, hallå!
Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well out there and that you had a really great week. It's now been nearly a week since I posted my last video, which was my record store day experience here in Reading in the UK. And I was blown away by the response I had to that video. I had so many views on it, so many people commenting on their experience on record store day or what they feel towards record store day. So there was comments, everything in between. I got everything that I wanted from the record store that I went to people saying unfortunately they didn't have that particular record or that record that I had on my wish list. And there in between those comments there were people saying why they didn't really like the idea of record store day, why it had played out its role and so forth and so on. And I really appreciate those because you did elaborate why. But then also in between all of that we also had comments saying just crap or something like that. And it's not really useful, is it? So please, if you feel like that, elaborate why you feel it's crap or whatever. But hey, it's probably the internet, isn't it? But yeah, I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned into my video, made some comments, and of course all of you who are subscribing to my channel. I gained quite a lot of subscribers since last Saturday, and I'm eternally grateful for each and every one of you. And I'm glad to have you on board on my musical journey, as it was. Yeah. But this video today can't even speak today, but today I'm going to do a review, and it's sort of a continuation of the RSD video that I did, because we're going to review one of the records that I got hold of that was really high on my wish list for RSD, and that was of course Kim Wilde Closer RSD Mixes. Yeah, that's what it is. And as you can see, this is something in between. It's a 10-inch. And initially, and I said this in my previous Record Store Day video, that I was a bit confused about the format of this one. Because initially, I think it said on the official RSD site that in the description that this 12-inch and so forth and so on. And then down in the format description, it said 10-inch. And in some other places, they were referring to it as an album or an LP. So I was like, what is it going to be? But yeah, a couple of weeks before, it dawned on me that, yeah, it's probably a 10-inch. And yeah, lo and behold, it's a 10-inch. And I have to admit, at first, when I saw the track listing for this one, I was a bit disappointed, really, because in my mind, I imagined it would be several tracks from the excellent new album Closer by Kim Wilde that got a remix. But in the end, it was only 2 tracks who got 2 remixes each. So we got 4 tracks on this one. And I'm really pleased with it because, I mean, whatever comes out from that album, which I think it's stellar, it's one of the best albums so far this year, it's just going to be great, right? Yeah, of course it is. Spoiler warning. Too late. But yeah, so we got 4 tracks on this one, and side A is Trail of Destruction, 2 mixes of that one, and that is of course the first single that Kim Wilde released before the release of the album Closer. And then on the B side we get the second single leading up to the album, that was Midnight Train, also 2 mixes. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. But before I talk about the tracks, let's have a look at this wonderful cover. It's nothing complicated really. They just duplicated the picture of Kim Wilde, which is originally black and white, and made them really colorful. like I said, it's very simple, but very striking. I really love this cover. It really stands out. It catches your eye. Yeah, I really like that. And if we flip it over, it's very minimal. So we got the track listing here. And down here, I actually put the hype sticker for RSD. It was originally up here, but I didn't want to distract this beautiful cover. So I put it on the back instead of it. Yeah, so also with this one, which makes it feel more luxurious in a way, because after all, it's an exclusive, right? We got an exclusive inner as well. Well, it's more or less the same as a cover, minus the pictures, of course. So it's just black. So it's the same on both sides, but I really appreciate they made the effort to do in a bag or in a sleeve, and it's just one of those standard cardboard ones. So I don't store my record in here because I'm really careful with the records, so I usually put them in a polyline sleeve, something like that, and this is no exception. I've done the same. So let's have a look at the record itself. It's a beauty. I am a sucker for colored vinyl or splatter vinyl, and as you can see here, this is a clear vinyl with some red or orange splatter, really. I think it's supposed to be red, but it's a bit orangey here on the camera. But anyhow, it's just lovely. And look at that center label as well. It's just beautiful. And when we flip it over, it looks like that. So that's where we get the track listing, basically. Yeah. So yeah, of course, I appreciate a beautiful splatter vinyl or just a colored vinyl, really. But the most important thing is how it sounds. And this, I'm really pleased to say, not only looks good, but it also sounds really good. A nice, flat, dynamic pressing and all of that. So I'm super pleased with my copy of this one. And then we have the remixes themselves. So everything kicks off, of course, on side A, like I said, with the Trail of Destruction, or just Trail of Destruction. It's a Project K remix. And when I saw Project K, a little bell in my old head went off, and I was like, I recognize that name. And of course I did. I think a couple of years ago I listened to a Hazel Dean mix that he did. I can't remember which one it was, but I thought it was pretty good. But the other bell that went off in my head was, of course, seeing Project K's name on this one. This is another Record Store Day release that I picked up last Saturday. And this is, of course, Danny Minogue's Neon Nights remixed. And there is an excellent remix by Project K on this one for the track I Begin to Wonder. It's called Project K's All Night at 54 mix, and it's one of my favorite mixes from this one. But yeah, we're not talking about Danny Minogue now, but it's just my reference to Project K, because this mix is a bit unusual to my ears, because you can really feel that he's put his heart and soul into this track. And you would think that most remixers would put their hearts and soul into something because they love that track that they're going to remix. But that's not always the case. But with Project K, it might not be true, but I think it is. I know it is, but I'm going to come to that eventually here. But this, it really feels like he sat down, he studied every single element of that mix and said, what can I do with it? And he started to build it, and he built it in a way that not a straightforward remix kind of way. He did his own version of it. I'm really struggling to explain this, because a remix is, of course, a version of the original. But for this one, it seems more like... yeah, he nailed it, basically. I'm lost for words for this one, but it's not your average remix of a track, just something to boost it for the clubs or whatever, or the dance floors. No, this is something more. You could really feel the passion and love in this one, and the way he builds it, the way he breaks it down in places, and the way it just ends is just perfection to my ear. So when I put this on, I was blown away. It's such a good remix of an already really good track, Trail of Destruction. Yeah. And when it comes to Project K, the reason I know he really loves the track to begin with is that he actually commented on my RSD video from last Saturday. And I was really pleased with it. And I said to him, I really love this one. And I'm not saying this just because he reached out, because I really felt like it when I first listened to this one. But I was very pleased that he reached out to me. And Project K, by the way, is a remixer or producer from Manchester here in the UK. So this goes out to you. All my love for what you've done with an already brilliant track. You made it, dare I say it, is a bit blasphemous in Kim Wilde circles, I assume, Kim Wilde fan circles. I think this remix, the Project K remix of Trail of Destruction, is even better than the original. I said it, yes, but that's how I feel right now. I've been playing this over and over and over again. But yeah, I won't linger anymore on that one, but yeah, you can tell I love it. It's such a good one. And even if I couldn't really describe what I meant with not your usual remix, if you get a chance to listen to it, hopefully you understand what I'm saying here. But let's move on to the next remix of Trail of Destruction. And this comes from something called Pensacola Mist. And it's a Pensacola Mist remix. I wasn't familiar with this name at all, so of course I had to look them up. And it turns out it's a synth pop band from here in the UK, and the remix is really taking an already synth poppy track and making it even more synth poppy. They bring it back to the 80s basically, and with a pinch of current electronica or something like that, and it's just lovely. It's just a lovely remix. Absolutely love it. So the A side of this 10-inch has been played so much by me. 2 great remixes in a row. And yeah, absolutely going to check out some more from Pensacola Mist, because I'm really curious to hear what they sound like as a group, and not only as what they're doing on the remix side of things. But yeah, an absolutely great synth-pop remix of Trail of Destruction. Then we'll flip this over to the B-side, where we got Midnight Train, and it kicks off with a Chrysorama remix. And I was like, well, Chrysorama, yet another name I wasn't familiar with, so I looked it up. Granted, I didn't do a deep dive on the internet. I went to Discogs, because usually they have some good information provided by both users and Wikipedia, of course. But there was not much. All I could see that this Chrysorama, whoever it might be, had been involved in something that Ricky Wilde did with Nina. If I just bothered to click the link on that Ricky Wilde Nina collaboration that I was just talking about, I would have seen that this is really interesting, a really interesting compilation from them. So this is Nina Bolt from Germany, and I can see it's a German synth-pop, synthwave singer based in London, and that really caught my eye, and I was like, I need to check her out. And if we look at this compilation further here, we can see that they did Videotech, which is probably, well, it is, because I can see Trevor Horn is one of the composers in this one. That is the Dollar track, Videotech, one of the few Dollar tracks that I really appreciate, and it's remixed by Project K. There you go. I need to listen to this one. And further down, we can also see that we have a Rain Resner remix here of Causeway. And Rainer Resner, I'm going to mention Rainer Resner here just shortly. And further down here, we can also see that we have a Chris Rama remix of Causeway as well. So this seems to be a really interesting album. It seems to be on streaming services, so I'm going to check this out, but I just wanted to mention it. This is another great remix of Midnight Train in this case, and it's pumped up for the dance floors, the clubs, and I really like the way it's remixed as well. It's just a joy, and I can just imagine hearing at a club. You go bonkers for that one as soon as it's put on. So yeah, absolutely. Really good remix by Chrysorama. And then we have yet another remix from Midnight Train, of Midnight Train that is. And that's from Rain Resner, it says. Rain Resner Remix. Yet another name I wasn't familiar with at all. And when I looked it up, I couldn't find any information at all. So if you're watching and you know about Chrysorama or Rain Resner, please let me know down in the comments. I want to know more about these ones, because this is another really good remix. It's a bit hard to explain, but, well, not really. This Rainer Resner chopped up Kim's voice for Midnight Train, and that's basically how the whole track goes. You got a bit choppy, and things get mangled a bit, and it's just a great club track. I think it's the weakest track, in my opinion, on this 4-track 10-inch. And that's not saying it's bad or anything like that, but comparing it to the others, it's the weakest one for me. But once again, if I heard this one in a club as well, because it's a perfect DJ track, really, or DJ tool, you would say, because you can go in and out of this remix, and it would sound absolutely great. So if you mix it up with some other track and you can hear that chopped up voice and you're like, oh, I recognize that, that's Kim Wilde, and I would go bonkers probably. So as a whole, I want to say this is a perfect 10-inch mix kind of thing. I was about to call it an album. It's not even a mini album, it's a 10-inch with 4 remixes on it, but it's a perfect package. But to go back to my wish list, I love this one, of course, but I want to see in the near future yet another one, perhaps not a 10-inch, perhaps a 12-inch, with some more remixes of other tracks from this excellent album. Because, after all, we got great tracks like Scorpio, Love is Love, and Rocket to the Moon, for example. They're just screaming to be remixed, really. So I would love to hear that. Actually, most of the tracks I would like to hear remixed in one shape or another. So that is really on my wish list. And also, if we ever get an expanded edition of Closer in the future or something like that, I wish that they would include these mixes as well, because it doesn't take away from the exclusivity of this 10-inch, because I'm pretty sure they're never going to release this 10-inch again in this format with splatter vinyl and so forth and so on. But if these mixes on this 10-inch ends up on an expanded edition or whatever in the future, along with some other mixes as well, I wouldn't mind at all, because this is still exclusive. Because that is something that a lot of people say when they do eventually release something that was exclusive for Record Store Day. They're like, oh, well, it's supposed to be exclusive and all of that. But yeah, it's not the same format. It's not the same kind of vinyl and all of that. So yeah. But you probably get my point. Love to see some more Kim Wilde remixes in the future. But yeah, have you managed to get your hands on this one? And if so, what did you think about it? Were you as passionate about these remixes as I am? That's what I want to know. If you heard it, please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to be back soon with some more reviews, of course. And I also have a couple of secret projects up my sleeve, but can't tell you just yet. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a secret, right? So stay tuned, please do that. And yeah, I'm also going to pick up on the best albums of 1984, that ongoing series that I have. So I haven't forgotten about it, but I'm trying to drag it out over the year. So we'll see more from that as well. I want to thank you all once again for watching this video, and a huge thank you to all of you who are subscribing as well. Once again, really warms my heart. Until next time, you all take care of yourself, and as usual, a very heartfelt adieu.